Thought our defense got us going. We got some stops. We got into the open floor. And we got some easy scoring opportunities.
You talked about how to be a team effort to guard Kate. I felt like OG and Mitch did very well. Cat getting up, he had some deflections. I guess how did you think about just the team defense and disrupting him?
Yeah, and that's the challenge. And and we have to take a look at the film. And obviously, there's things that we're going to have to do a lot better. It's one win, and then we got to reset and get ready for the next one. So understand what goes into it, and there's a lot of things that we can do better.
What you saw from Jalen, started off struggling offensively, finishes with 34.
He had timely baskets, big baskets. I thought Cam gave us a huge lift in the fourth quarter there. I thought our offense was really good in the fourth, and our defense was really good, and that's what we need. We have to do it for 48 minutes.
What did you see from Cam that was working so
Just the energy, and 2 point guards together injected some speed to the game.
What does it say about a guy like him coming off the bench and being able to inject that? And he's coming in down 8.
Yeah, he's a great energy guy, and every day he's the same. So. It's high energy every day, and sometimes you could be flat in the game, and he's a catalyst. He gets in there, he makes things happen. So it's very good.
How about the resolve from your team tonight, Thibs, when things were looking good in the fourth quarter, then all of a sudden the switch flips and it's a 21-0?
Yeah, no, you got to win games different ways. Obviously, you prefer not to be down 8 points, but that's what the situation was, and then just find a way to win.
What do you see from OG guarding Cade? How tough did he make it on Cade?
Cade is a great player, and he's a tough matchup. And the thing I love about OG is he competes on every play. So sometimes he can defend them perfectly, and he has the ability to make a shot, but that doesn't deter him from coming back the next time and doing it again. And so you're trying to make him work as hard as you can. And OG's a great competitor, so he's given our team a lot.
How do you think that Cat operated with Harris running over 11 night?
Good, Cat can score a million different ways. So he got into the post, and he could beat you off the dribble. So just use your skills, and then let the game tell you what you should do. So when the second defender comes, make the play. He had some isolation from the elbow as well, which was good for him.
We've seen Cam go off in terms of hot scoring streaks during the regular season, but just for him to do it in the playoffs and the commercial, just what you see from him tonight.
Yeah, just the thing about him is he knows exactly who he is. He comes in with great energy every game. He prepares himself well each and every day, and so he gave us a huge spark. But that's been who he is. So play to your strengths, cover up your weaknesses, and he's done a great job with that. Yeah, and he's sort of a guy that you got to pay attention to. So, he hit the three right at the end of the half, and he got in the post a little bit, and we transition, and you got to pay attention. And so, some of it is rotation, and we got to recognize if a guy gets going, that we have to be there. We have to be there on the catch. You can't give a guy like that. He's been a good scorer in the league for a long time. And so we have to do a better job with him.
Tom, when Jalen went to the locker room and came back, it was like a new man. Did he change his sneakers or something? Do you know why he went back there? I mean, he came back. He was a totally different guy.
I think he grabbed his cape.
Tom, you went sharing it with the first sub with Josh not into foul trouble. Was that the plan all along? Or was that?
No, yeah, well, some of it's matchups, and so, the early foul trouble was, problematic because McHale was in foul trouble as well, and so, we needed a little more size, and then, I thought Deuce gave us good minutes too. The speed with Deuce was good, so that's basically, how it unfolded.
Tom, the way you guys turned the fourth quarter kind of into a track meet defensively, turning defense into offense, when you were completely whole and healthy, is that kind of the way you envisioned the defense kind of being able to impact the game?
Yeah, well, we want to be strong on both sides of the ball, and they're very athletic, and and again, they have some of the same things that we do in the sense that when they're playing Cunningham and they have Schroeder in there, so you got two guys that can go off the dribble, and then Beasley catch and shoot, and Hardaway as well, and then the Thompson and Holland are very athletic runners and slashers, and they can hurt you as well. But then if the penetration is getting you, then it could lead to the second shots, and you're concerned about that as well.
Tom, what'd you think of
Last one, guys.
What'd you think of Mitch tonight, especially Mitch with Carl there in the first half?
Yeah, the size I think is good. I thought Mitch during that stretch made some really good defensive plays in the fourth too. The steal that he had was the game was pretty tight then. That was a big play, and you make plays like that. I think that helps inspire the team. It unites the team. Those are great hustle plays. So defensively, I think he was very good.
Again, our execution failed us, I think. You have 8 turnovers in a quarter. It's going to be hard to overcome. But I thought our guys did a lot of really good things to put themselves in position in that fourth quarter. But again, you got to close it. And it's a great experience for us to understand, how important each and every possession is and how that heightens in the fourth quarter. Right? You can't have empty possessions in the fourth quarter. You got to do the job, make sure you're getting shots on goal, when it's time to close. But again, all in all, I thought we did a lot of really good things. Great to get the stuff on tape, and we can go out and learn from it and be better the next time.
How much did it hurt not having Isaiah Stewart available for the final 9 minutes?
It's tough. He means so much to us, and there's so many things that he can do. But at some point, my choice was to protect him. And I just thought that was the right decision to make.
Coach, going into this game, there was a lot made about the veterans on your team, Tobias, Tim Hardaway, Malik. What did you think of their performance, especially Hardaway, Tim Hardaway, Tobias Harris set the tone?
Again, that's why those guys are here, and that's why they are who they are. We've been able to depend on those guys, lean on those guys, trust in those guys, this entire season. And that was no different tonight. At some point in time, I thought all of them made huge plays for us to help carry us through stretches. Again, we're grateful to have those guys because of what they mean to us.
Really up at the level of the screen. Got a couple strips, got us easy baskets. So he was huge. He was huge on both ends.
How about the defense on Cade Cunningham in this game? Was there a game plan, obvious game plan? And
yeah, OG Anunoby. OG Anunoby, man. He's a hell of a player. Defensively, we have faith in him to guard anybody. So obviously we're all locked in and dialed into him. He's a good player. But OG loves those kind of matchups, especially in the playoffs where you can be physical. He's a physical guy, able to get through screens and those kind of things. So we need his offense, obviously, but more importantly, his defense. Every game.
The way you guys turned the fourth quarter pretty much into a track meet. Turning defense into offense, is that what you guys always envisioned the potential of this team to be on that end of the floor?
Yeah. There's, especially, when we have, Cam in and, myself, we're two guys that want to just run. Yeah. And, when you get stops, obviously you get easy baskets. And I think we got, 4 or 5 just easy, fast break, uncontested layups just because our defensive activity was that good and that high. So we know that, so we got to make sure we watch film and figure out where we can be better, the first 3 quarters and, like I said, be ready for Monday.
Can you talk about defending Cade? What was that assignment like, and what are some of the things that you did to make it a successful assignment?
Just try to make it as difficult as possible, make his catches difficult, pressure him, be aggressive, and just try to force him to tough shots.
OG, could you talk about that fourth quarter? How important is it to get contributions from a high-energy guy like Cam when things seem stagnant, especially in a playoff game?
Oh, it's very important. We all know Cam's capable. He's a great player. This is what he does. So no one's surprised, but we definitely needed it for sure.
OG, you've talked a ton about just guarding any player in this league. It takes a team effort. Just seeing Cat get higher up in the hedge. Mitch, I think, made him made Cade going left a little bit difficult. Just how do you think you guys defended as a group tonight in terms of execution with how you guarded him and then the others, other players on the
I
rest?
thought we did a good job. You know, you can't take away everything. So some guys made some shots, and we'll look at the film and try to fix some of that stuff up. But I thought we did a good job. Yeah, Cat was big time. Mitch was big time. I think everyone was just flying around. Josh, Mikhail. It was a great team effort.
OG, how about the effort from your captain tonight, who early in this game looked like he was playing on one leg and then all of a sudden ended up with a game-high 34 points?
Yeah, I mean, Jalen's a great player, so not surprised by it at all. That's what he does.
What were the conversations like at the end of the third quarter when you were a little bit behind?
Oh, just stay with it, continue to play the way we play, force them into tough shots, and then run on transition. And just play the way we play.
Kind of piggybacking off that question, it was such a weird play to kind of see a team have a 5-second violation to start a fourth quarter. Was that, I imagine that was part of the conversation too, of let's change something up here just to throw them off base?
Cam came out, denied the ball, the man, made it difficult, and then we got a 5-second violation, and just the momentum carried over. So that was big time out of Cam.
You go to the locker room. What were you getting treatment back there? Changing sneakers?
I was in the locker room.
Or where were you in the back?
In the locker room, just now on the bench.
Did you change sneakers or?
Did I come out with a different pair of shoes on?
Yes.
Then yes, I changed sneakers.
Was that the key to your fourth quarter?
No. No, the key was campaign. The beginning of the violation to be in the fourth quarter, and the way we started the first couple of minutes. So that was the key. It's a credit to those guys.
Why did you change your sneakers?
I don't know.
How much was your ankle bothering? So it seemed like you were.
Feels great.
Jalen, did it take time for you to adjust to Detroit's defensive physicality, and how did you adjust?
Yeah, I feel like they had a great game plan, and I just had to reset, and I just found a way to get going in the second half. Teammates had the utmost confidence in me, and I appreciate that to the fullest. And so just had to find a way to reset and just regain composure.
Could you sense it starting to change that quickly in the fourth quarter when they had the violation and then the next possession, the shot clock violation, and it seemed like from there things really swung your way? Did you sense it that quickly?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we didn't end the third quarter the way we wanted to, but there's never a doubt that we're going to just lay down and not fight. We got to find a way to figure things out and just keep battling. And I mean, it turned rather quickly. It was a quick turnaround, and just happy with the way we played that fourth.
It turned quickly, but it also lasted pretty much. You guys went on a 20-something-0 run, turned it into a track meet. Just what worked to be able to have those stops consistently for pretty much an entire period?
I think we're just connected in the way we were getting stops out there, and just find a way to get on transition after getting ball. Yeah, that's the way we played defensively. Then was key for us, especially in that fourth quarter.
Is that when you guys are at your best? When you turn defense into offense and maybe generate the buckets, you think?
I mean, yeah, the easier the buckets, the better. You don't, against a team like that who's physical, and obviously they're going to, I mean, knowing Bickerstaff from afar and seeing the way his teams play, they're going to be very physical and very connected on the defensive end. So whenever you're able to get out and transition and get easy layups and easy buckets, it's pretty key for a victory.
Was there an adjustment to how the game was being called, and did you have to change kind of how you thought about what was a foul?
Yeah, but it's just the playoffs, and there's always going to be adjustments, whether it's on that front, or the way teams are playing you, or the way you're playing as a team. Adjusting is a part of the game, and so we just found a way.
What do you think of OG defensively on Cade?
I mean, I think it was great the way OG played. It's really tough to do that to a player like that, and so yeah, it's a lot of props to him, and we stepped up for the challenge, and we're happy he did.